Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Very good morning, my dear parents, staff, teachers, and everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Very good morning. And I'm so happy to have all of you once again back for
Morning.
a beautiful and insightful session by Ramya ma'am. So I'm sure most of you are known to her, and I would still love to welcome her. And she is a dynamic and a certified counselor. And we welcome you, Ramya ma'am.
Thank
She
you
has
so much. A very happy new year to all of you.
parents, Iris children, and Iris school teachers. So here you are, and you can take over, Ramya ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dimple. Nice to
Thank
see
you,
you
and
after a long time.
wish you the same, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Just in case I've missed out, I will repeat again, a very happy and a blessed new year to all of you. You must be wondering, it's already 20th, halfway through the month of Jan, and she's still wishing. I always believe that wishes are something that is always new. And I wish that from the 20th onwards, let the new year be even more better. So I don't leave one single opportunity to, ensure that our days begins happy and the year prolongs along. So, welcome for one more session with me, and I truly feel blessed that you're showing some kind of a interest. I repeat again that I'm not somebody who is a know all and be all and end all kind of a person. I am also a parent who is learning. So whatever experiences I have and whatever my knowledge has taught me by far, and a parental experience that I have, I'm going to share with you. You are free to share your opinion. Maybe that way all of us will learn from each other. So today's topic happens to be how to inculcate um, good habits, right, in children. um, First of all, I think it's a very simple question to ask, though it is sounding very simple, might not look simple. How do you define good behavior and bad behavior? What are the credentials? What are the uh, important pillars that you think are important to define good behavior, bad behavior? So anybody who can unmute and answer, please.
Bad behavior which we don't like them to do.
Hold on. Which you don't like, okay, but it
Yes.
might actually be a correct one, right? For example, just giving for the input that you said. um Now, suppose that our children are playing with other children in the apartment or in the school, okay, and there is one particular toy that we got from home, which is very precious to us, okay, and we were sharing. That is what our parents taught us. We were sharing with other children also. But now the school bell rang. We go suppose, oh, it's not the school bell, it's a home bell that rang, okay, and I'm heading back home. I want my toy back, and you have the toy with you, okay. And the learnings that when we were growing up, we were taught as parents, sharing is caring, right? But for me, that is my toy, that is my life. I want to take it home, that is my property. And I go and I ask the other child who's got my toy, and the child reluctantly says, "Dena nahi hai, this is mine." And now I want my toy back, so I go, I snatch my toy, and I come. I board my van and I come back home. And the other child is crying. What would you tell to your child? Do you think it's a bad behavior or a good behavior?
Sorry, ma'am.
So would you say that as a bad behavior or a good behavior? Taking my own toy, which belongs to me, after the school is over, to get it back home because that is my property, is it a good behavior or a bad behavior?
It's a
On one point we can say it's good also, on other point it's bad also. Like it should
Sorry.
be in a polite manner.
No, but I
Not
said
nasty.
politely. You didn't hear me. I said I tried politely. That's what you taught me as a parent.
Yeah, then it's a good behavior only.
Thank you. But sometime back you just now told me it's a bad behavior.
Yeah, but now I heard what you said again, na, so I changed my mind.
How can the same thing be a good behavior and a bad behavior? And then I don't know how to categorize it. I am myself as an adult confused. Will a child not get confused?
It's totally depend on the situation, right, ma'am?
Situations, yeah.
Whereas here we are discussing as an adult who's supposed to claim, I am 40 and I'm supposed to claim myself as somebody who knows all of it. I know what is right. I know what is good. I know what is bad. Or I know what is evil. I am myself getting lost to decide which category this falls into. How much of a confusion will a child have? Right? So, first of all, the primary reason of starting this with this discussion was, first of all, let us decide. When I say behavior, and I especially say good behavior or a bad behavior, what does that mean to me? For example, to what extent can I treat that as a good behavior, and to what extent will I treat that as a bad behavior? Because remember, these are the years, primitive years of the child. These are the years where we have to inculcate the right thoughts. Right thoughts need not necessarily mean good behavior. Are you all with me? Right thoughts need not necessarily mean good behavior. There are times when I have to be taught to fight for my own thing. When I say fight, it's not like kicking each other or beating each other, but if need be, I should even be able to do that. If I see somebody getting bullied, and you have taught me as a parent that, Ramya, if somebody gets bullied, if your friend gets bullied, if somebody in the school is getting bullied and it is not right, then I should stand for it, so that beating is not a bad beating. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So, as a parent, first of all, let us get clarity, because, like I said, the children, we are setting up a foundation. So, let's start very simple. Let's start 4 or 5 primary focused, habits that I would want to inculcate in my child. It could be as simple as hygiene. It could be as simple as saying, please, thank you, sorry, uh, those golden words, as they call. Okay, that. It could be as simple as respecting everybody. When I say everybody, everybody, it means from the security guard at my apartment to this van bhaiya at the who comes to pick me up, from amma nana to nanama mama to grandparents to great grandparents to neighbors to everybody. So let us make a checklist of what are the things that are critical and important, that you feel you cannot be compromised. These have to be there in my child. As a parent, get that record in place, right? Like simple stuff like hygiene, minimum 2 times brushing, no chocolates or no sweets after 6, one sweet, one sweet per say per 2 days or 3 days. Okay, unless you do unless you eat 3 good healthy meal, without a fuss, you get one candy. That to a certain amount of candy, and then washing your hands. When all should you wash your hands? Prayer before you eat. Prayer after you finish eating, thanking mom and grandparents after you've eaten, before hitting the bed, the prayer. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? These anyway don't have a these do not have a very, how would I say, contradictory view to this. Okay, this will remain, because this doesn't have any other opposition to this. So let us set a few ground rules that remain rules, no compromises, come what may. any thoughts anybody has, anybody who thinks it could be a little more better, or anybody thinks that your process of inculcating good habit has worked at your end, and you can share it with all of us. Anybody who wants to share that?
Hello, ma'am. Actually, my kid, when he's to be like three years, we always teach him like after taking bath, you need to go to the prayer room and take prayer. So now how he became is like after taking bath, come let's eat. If I ask means what he will do. No, first we have to do the prayer, and then only he will start praying. And he don't even wear the normal t-shirt and short pants or whatever it is. He just used to get with that same towel what he used for. So he inculcated his behavior like that. Actually, he was
correct, because one, it was done early. Number two, he has been seeing what you've been saying. So children always believe more of what they see is what they believe, and what they believe is what they become.
yes.
So if you say one thing and you say, "Sare nana, ivala aakla aitundi, Amma wants to sit and eat. Amma will do prayer later," then it's gone. You get the difference. You've never compromised on it. You have said, even if the prayer takes me this time, then I segregate my time that week.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Now, you'll be surprised. Now the little fellow is still little. Okay, when he starts growing up, there'll be times when he might get up late for school. Okay, hadavidilo, prayer is something that he will say that, "Oh, I can't wear my towel and do the prayer. Amma, can I wear my school dress and do it?" Prayer is a prayer. So slowly, as he grows up, when you see this routine has become a very, it's gotten into his DNA, it's gotten into him, you can slowly mold it a little more better and say, if you're woken up, prayer is not compromisable. Okay. So if you've taken a bath, wear your school dress, come to the God's room, do your quick prayer, milk is ready, the breakfast is ready, eat and leave.
Yes, surprisingly what he did today. So నేను కానీ ఆయన కానీ పూజ చేస్తాను. So today he observed that I did not take the bath. So he just done his japam and all, my husband. And after that, Nana, పూజ చేయి, అమ్మ bath చేయలేదు. He was telling actually.
Observation.
Yes.
Right? Because he's been seeing Amma taking a bath, and today Amma is not taken a bath. So somebody else has to do it, right? Because that routine cannot break. Right? And there will be times when ఆ పరిస్థితి కూడా వస్తాయి, when you are not able to do it. అతను కూడా, he might be busy, and he might be busy getting to work. None of us know. And that time you can give him the initiative and say, "Nana, నువ్వు చెయ్యవా ఈసారి?"
Yes. Yes,
Then
ma'am.
you see how that step is now moving a little more further ahead.
Yes,
Getting it?
ma'am.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So I'm very, very happy that you shared, and it's working beautifully well. Anybody else who would like to share their experience? I saw a chat message here. Let me read it.
Ma'am, if you don't mind, a small request.
Yes, please.
My son is back of me. He wanted to say hi to you actually. Say hi.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Raja. How are you? Happy New Year.
I am fine.
I'm fine. No Happy New Year for me.
Happy New Year, Chapu.
Happy New Year.
Ma'am Anali.
Thank you.
Happy
That's
New Year,
good.
ma'am.
You're welcome, Raja. You're welcome. You can call me anything. You can call me
Ma'am,
Amma.
ma'am, where is my shark?
Where is your shark? I'm
No.
not at school, ma'am. See, that's
Back
the thing.
of that.
We will figure out that shark. We will look for it together. Okay? We will
Thank
look
you.
for it together. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thank you.
Bye, Ganna. Bye, Ganna. Right. Anybody else who has something to share? Okay. So when we are talking about rules that cannot be compromised, which I was talking a few minutes ago. You can add a checklist. I mean, what I remember having done it when my children were growing up was I had a colorful chart paper, okay, and I had pictures in it. I'm relatively okay with drawing, so I drew some pictures around it, and I made a checklist. I made a list that cannot be compromised upon. That those are the rules of the rules that need to be followed when you're home. So from as simple as putting your shoes at the right place, putting the bags in the table which have been set for, wash your hands and legs before you come to the dining table. Ensure that your clothes are put in the washing. And once they grew up, I started telling them that put it in the washing machine. Now they could reach the washing machine. So get the bucket from the bathroom, put the clothes in the washing machine. Don't switch it on because they still not learned it. So put it there. So one more step ahead is what I've taught. So आप लोग ऐसा कुछ rules बनाएं, and this is something that will help the child understand that these are rules that I need to follow. Another thing that I remember in one of my earlier sessions I had mentioned, and I really stand by it and I believe in it, that there is no age to learn. So if you think your child is just 3 years old, that fellow actually knows much, much more better than you can imagine. So include him in making the grocery list. Okay, you write 10 items. Okay, shampoo, soap, this, that. You write about 10 elements. Then in the 11th element, you tell him, Nana, Amma wants to buy toothpaste. Okay, so and then you do the pronunciation, you do the articulation for it, and then you ask him to write. Ask him to first make the sound. How does it sound? And then give. If he's not able to understand spelling, then you teach him the spelling, how to do it, and ask him to write. Let him also add his list into the list that we are writing. It might take 1 hour. That's why list should never be done before going. It should be done at least couple of days before we go, so that there is enough time to write. Okay. Are you all with me on this? So that means you're involving the child in making the asking for his contribution. You're also adding him, giving him importance when the monthly grocery list is on. Take him along to the kirana shop, or take him along to the vegetable vendor. I always believe that seeing is believing. So when he touches the vegetable, when he sees the vegetable color, there's a lot of learning that is happening for him. So take him along. Tell him that give me 5 potatoes. Nana, 5 potatoes, big potatoes. I want big ones. Can you see big ones and pick them up and put in the basket? He will take his own sweet time. By then you will finish all your other works. It is okay. Let him do. And let him count. There are 5 and they are all big potatoes. If there are any potatoes that are small, show him the comparison. Remember why I'm telling you all this? You might come back to me and tell me that, Ramya, itna time kiske paas hai? Remember, it took us a lot of time to come to standard 10, including your, nursery and UKG, upper KG, lower KG, all KGs put together. Right? You didn't come to the 10th grade overnight, right? It'll take time. But once they get it, they actually get it right. You want to take them to Ratnadeep, D-Mart, take them, show them things. Tell them, Nana, oka green color packet undi chudu akkada, the green color, can you get, he might not know what dhania powder is. It is okay. He is not going to be a chef right away. But tell him that green packet there, can you pick that up for me? Pick up the smallest one. Don't pick up the big one. Pick up the small one. Let him compare which is the small one. Let him get down, bend down, see. Are you all with me on this?
Yes.
So how are you inculcating a good habit? Good habit of helping. చెప్పకుండా చేయించుకుంటున్నారు. ఇంటికి వచ్చినాక then we have all the subjis in. Nowadays we are smart. We are having different subjis in different packets. If I was you, I would have never taken many packets. I would have taken 1 bag, max 2 bags. Put all the subjis in it. One small bag I would have given him to carry it home with me, and one bag I would have carried. That is the story. The story doesn't end here, it starts here. Come, put it on the dining table and tell him segregate them. Tell him to segregate it. He will separate the palakura separately, he'll segregate the potatoes separately, onion separately, whatever to the best of his ability, let him do. Once he's segregated it, anything that is missing, you can help him understand. Then you can also teach him how bendakai looks, how dondakai looks, how brinjal looks. So with one effort, you're making multiple learnings for him. You're making him feel and touch it. You're making him see it. When it is cooked, you're making him say, "Ki nee gurtunda okati oka vegetable dappani padindi kinda." Remember? Do you remember there was one vegetable that fell from the table and it cracked? Remember? See, I made that vegetable there. How is it tasting? Are you all with me? Are you able to relate?
Yes, yes, yes.
So these are not verbally said manners. Very beautifully, unknowingly, and in excitement, you are involving the child in everything you're doing. Nana, uppu dabba ivava, you make him stand on the counter, right? At least I remember most of the moms do that. Kitchen counter, they make the child sit. I have done that. So I will tell my daughter, Ria, can you take out that salt dabba, white color, see, white color? Can you give it to me? It will take another 5 minutes. It's okay. Let them do. When they become a little more confident with their cognitive skills, you can start teaching them how to put uppu in the sabji. You are now slowly progressing a little more, a little more, a little more. Have you ever tried this? I don't know if you have. I'm sure some of you parents must have done this. If you must have told your child, Nana, can you get me the eggs from the basket, please? Get me only 2 eggs, huh? Have you ever seen him the way they carry? They are absolutely careful because if it must have fallen earlier, they must have got the hint that this is very fragile. You can give them a bowl, put it in a bowl, let them carry that egg and come. Help them break that egg. I know it will become mushy, but it's okay. But that's the way the child will learn that he has to contribute when he comes home. And mind you, when you do this element, the first thing is you're getting the concentration away from TV. The second thing you're doing is getting the concentration away from iPod, iPhone and internet and likewise and likewise. All he's doing is he's only talking to you and you're talking to him and the work is getting done. Are you all with me? Are you able to relate? Does it make sense to you? Is it something that resonates with you?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Comes through.
So there is nothing called a child cannot do. This is one thing, get it out of your head. There is nothing that a child cannot do. He's too young to allow. He's not too young to. He can fill up water bottles. You know that? That 3-year-old can fill up water bottles. Make him
Yes,
sit on the wash base. Sorry, the kitchen sink. There, కూర్చోపెట్టండి. Switch the what is it called? Water filter on. भरेगा वो बैठ के आराम से. It will fall. It will spill between you and I only. It spills. It is okay. It will fall a little more extra. It's okay, but he'll understand that he needs to fill the bottle. Choti cup, and there is nothing that he cannot do. Go get me. There is bread on the microwave. Tiskrava, please. Let him climb. There is a step stool. No, there is a stool in the kitchen. Let him climb on the stool. Pick up that bread. Now he knows it's bread. Nana నాకు ఓపెన్ చేసి 2 slice ఇవ్వవా? Mathematics. Give him a butter knife and try to tell him, can you butter the bread? I'll make it for you. Do you want to toast the bread today? Come on, put the butter on your toast. You want it crisp? You want it light? The more I have always learned, and this is how my parents raised me, and I'm sure most of our Indian parents have raised us that way. Most of my time used to be in the kitchen. I was only very observant, seeing what Amma is doing. What is that dal? What is this dal? Why is this dal different? Why is that dal different? What will happen with this dal? If I mix this dal and that dal, then what will happen? Why is the peas only green in color? Why not yellow in color? Then my mother showed me another piece which is yellow in color also. Karma, I don't know why I asked. So you understand, it's a very beautiful way of nurturing information, cultivating the habit of helping, cultivating the habit of learning without even expecting anything. Any questions, any thoughts anybody has?
No questions, madam. In fact, whatever you are telling, it is true. Many times, in fact, I saw my daughter, 3.5-year-old daughter, doing all these things. In fact, every time she picks the milk outside and keep it in the fridge. And
Correct.
we started involving her in the when now see I wash my car my alone. So whenever I wash my car, I'll involve her. She'll also come. She even feels motivated and also feels happy. She
Correct.
wanted to
And
help me.
you are
I saw a
lucky.
lot of times.
You are very lucky, sir, that your child is just 3.5 now. But నేను రాసి ఇస్తున్నాను. As she starts growing, she will become very smart. Okay, she starts
Okay.
saying, "Nana, నాకు బోర్ కొడుతుంది నేను చెయ్యను." This
Mm.
is the time when you introduce uh, how would I say a treat time, as they call. Okay, a treat time could be like in my house we used to do is if you fill up one bottle, you would get ఆ కాలంలో, okay, I'm not talking about today, but in my olden generation time, I remember my amma used to give me 25 paise for filling one bottle, and we never had this big tank, and we had that lousy 3 candle filter which used to take hours together to fill. Karma it used to be, then it used to be so irritating to fill the water, but every time you would fill one bottle, you would get 25 paise. If you were during varamlo okaroju amma used to wash, we used to live upstairs, so we used to have fleet of stairs to come down. My amma was very particular about keeping the house and environment clean, so my mother used to wash that varamlo okaroju headache. So when she used to do that, she would ask for help, and if you are helping, she would give you 1 rupee at that time. And when I say helping, from putting the soap, taking the jhadu and scrubbing it, to getting the water out, to wiping and mopping it again, everything to be done, you'll get 1 rupee. Trust me, the value of money made me realize very, very soon. A paisa viluvu is something we all understood very quickly. मेहनत करोगे पैसा मिलेगा, मेहनत नहीं करोगे पैसा नहीं मिलेगा. So as the children grow up, give them a reward. A reward need not necessarily mean money. A reward could be, I can probably you fill up 7 bottles for the next 7 days. Okay, on the 8th day I will buy you an ice cream. You see how the compensation is happening, right? So you figure out what works well for your child. In my case, I was raised in a very small place, so we used to get these money, and this money used to be used for whenever we used to go to the market. We never had chips and all that as a craving, but we used to buy our chart paper, sketch pens, color pencil. We used to buy it with our money. Adi undedi market. So try and see what works for your child.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
As you said, even I have tried this and done this with my kid. But now the thing is, it initially in the first stage, it worked out very nicely.
Correct.
Though he's not that small, also, he's in third grade. Now the thing is, if you tell him one single thing also, okay, okay, I will do this for you, what I am getting in return.
That you just now, if you remember, just now I said something. I said as the age goes by, right?
Yes.
They become smarter.
Mhm. So now he wants, if one pencil also has to be taken from here to here, it will be, I want something. Because
No,
he used to do it.
correct. So what I am saying is, instead of saying one pencil to move from here to here, I say if you can, when for the next 4 days, if
Hmm.
without Amma telling you, you can put your clothes in the washing machine by yourself. You can, you are able to put your tiffin box and water bottle in the sink without Amma saying. if you are able to, then Amma will, on the 5th day, okay, you can have one treat.
Okay.
Meeku artham so
Yes, ma'am.
it's a normal thing.
Hmm.
It's a very normal thing. Even as an adult, we do that.
Yeah,
मैं
that
करूँगा
is
तो तू क्या देगी?
correct.
When I am also, I mean, why should I lie? Even I do the same. When I'm in a mood, I will help you. But then I'm like, मैं करूँगी, तू क्या देगा?
That is true.
Then they'll say, ठीक है, मैं चाय बना के दूंगा. Okay, चलो. At least some compensation. It might be the most stupidest compensation. It is okay.
Yes.
Something is coming in return, right? मुफ्त का माल नहीं है.
Yes. Correct.
So the child also needs to understand that nothing comes मुफ्त में.
Okay, ma'am. Got
Getting
it.
So
Yeah, ma'am.
then you should say, if Amma is picking up this bag from you, then your treat for this week is gone. నేను
Vice
నీ
versa,
బ్యాగ్
it has to be.
అంతే కదా, నీకు
Ah.
కావాలంటే నువ్వు చెయ్యాలి, నువ్వు చెయ్యకపోతే నేను చేసేసుకున్నా, బికాస్ నేను చేశాను.
Okay.
And trust me, and this is what I'm going to tell all parents now. You might not like it, but believe me, with my experience, it will pay you on the long run. You will not regret.
Okay.
What I'm going to tell you, just listen me with an open mind, and then we'll discuss
Okay.
on this later.
Okay, ma'am.
There are times when my children had back answered me, when my children have not done what I've asked them to do. So I have done that job, because the job has to be done. Tiffin box has to be taken out from the bag. Water bottle has to be washed. Konni, they have to be done. Either they do or I do. Correct? So what was the deal that between us, that I will give you 10 rupees? If all this job is done, I'll give you 10 rupees. Right?
Yes.
You break the law, you break the rule. I did it for you. So the treat that was due for you, you will not get. So if there is something I am eating and you want it from me, suppose for matak cheptuna, suppose say I'm eating a samosa. See, that's a samosa is not a daily food. It's a treat. Okay. I remember it very well. My daughters used to come and sit and they say, Amma, can I have a bite? Amma, can I have a bite? Bite, and a bite is small. That's what we all presume, right? I would say no. And they say, Amma, one bite, Amma. I promise I will do it. I said, do it and show it to me. You'll get the next samosa next time. This is Amma's. Are you all with me?
Yes, ma'am.
And they never liked
Yes.
it. They never liked it. They hated me. They promised him. They probably must have thought me as one mantra or whatever they could name it. One other lady Ravana. I don't care. And I used to feel bad, because the way our upbringing has been, parents used to give their food to us and they used to go hungry. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
పిల్లలు తినని నేను ఎప్పుడైనా తినొచ్చు. That is the dialogue which parents used to tell us. Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
But now the generation which is coming, which is our children, are much more smarter than you and I are. So if you don't cut it where you're supposed to cut it, it will rub it on the very wrong side for the child, not for you.
Yes,
on the
ma'am.
long run, it'll be a big trouble for the children. So it's okay to go through the pain now, then go through the pain later.
True, ma'am. Got
Absolutely.
it. Understood.
So I'm telling you, as a parent, there is nothing that you're doing wrong. The child will hate you to the core. But the child also needs to understand the next time that, Ayya, last time this lady did not budge giving me, she will eat it and bloody in front of me and she will not be, that bhayam is enough. But you have to stick on to it. It will be very painful. It will be extremely painful. For some time you will say, shit, what a bad mother I am. I'm not giving it. It is okay. People who are watching you, if you're doing it in a restaurant, people who are watching you, your mom and Atama and all are staying with you, care a damn. Remember, this investment is for a long term. So if the child is going through a little bit of a discomfort now, he will understand what to do and what not to do. What formula will work with Amma, what will not work with Amma. What is something that we can let go of, what is something which Amma will not let go of. Am I understood? Are you all anybody who's got any thoughts?
Madam, why we want
Yes.
to reward
Why?
everything? Why we want to reward everything they do?
You don't have to reward everything. Oh, no.
Just saying thank you is not enough, because their expectation will keep increasing one
You're
after the
right.
other.
You are absolutely right. Now, for everything, if there is a reward, then they do it only for reward. Okay. There are certain elements that you can do, as for example, like I told you, filling a bottle. Okay. That has already been done. That this is the pricing. Every bottle you will be paid this much, so you have to fill, because this is not something which comes as a this is something which is living out of the way. Okay. For example, you said you're in the bedroom and you wanted scissors which is in the kitchen. Suppose, okay. You tell your son to go, or sorry, daughter to go and get the scissors in the kitchen. Okay, you tell exactly where it is. That the 3.5-year-old understands it, goes, picks up the cutlery and comes and gives it to you. Hug the child, say thank you. That's so you need to be smart enough to decide. Ekkada meer thank you cheppi you can let go, and where, because the child also needs to understand that sometimes you just have to help without an expectation there. Likewise, the coin has got two sides. So if you are telling your child thank you, and in case you have taken the bag, today the child is too tired, rangane, it didn't even want to eat. Okay, was very tired. You could see the child is tired. Okay, and now you can't tell the child, go change, wash your face, wash your legs, come put this water bottle. Array, it will take another half an hour for the little one. So some days when the child has not done it, the child is too tired, give that leverage. But wait. After the child gets up, even if he gets up after 4 hours, it is okay. Tell the child, Nana, your tiffin box and water bottle is still in the back. Can you get it for me, please? Then he says, Amma, nenu homework chestnut nenu level, I can't get up, Amma. Then you say, okay, I'm doing it for you now. Adi, I'm doing it for you now. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to do it for you now. What should you say? Adi, I'm waiting. What should you say? Amma, thank you.
Yeah,
So
reciprocating.
it is both ways. It is not that నువ్వు చేయకపోతే నేను ఎప్పుడు నువ్వు చేస్తే నేను థ్యాంక్ యూ చెప్తున్నాను కానీ when I am doing it, you're not doing it. So the child has to understand that it is both ways. Are you able to understand what I'm saying?
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Right. So not everything that we do or we ask a child to do has to have a monetary or a compensation to it. Even when a child is given a reward, whatever reward it may be, simplest reward, don't make a big reward. Make it very simple rewards. Okay. So when you're giving that reward, thank the child for having done a good job. You deserve this because you did what Amma wanted you to do. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. Acknowledge the good, appreciate, and thank. Again, good manners are coming. Are Amma kuda thank you cheppindi. Nenu kuda cheppali. Amma, today the breakfast is nice. Thank you, Amma. Automatically it will come. It will just come very naturally because you are used to it. Thank you so much, Adi. You finished the milk. Thank you. Good job, Adi. Proud of you. You don't have to keep saying thank you all the time. You can appreciate in very different ways.
Just patting on the back also enough.
But do it. Today, my children are 17 and 18, and not a day has gone by when they've eaten a breakfast and they've not automatically told me, Amma, thank you. Not a single time when they've eaten a lunch and I'm not at home, I'm at work. I come back in the night and say, guys, how was the lunch? How was the makhani that I made? Too good, Amma. Thank you so much. It was yum. Let that become a habit. For you, it might look like a very generic thing, but for me, after coming from work and working hard and coming and cooking, one appreciation kicks a morale, and it's like, wow, it makes you feel. It makes you feel wanted. It makes you feel people respect you, love you. వాళ్ళకు కూడా అంతే ఉంటుంది కదా పిల్లలకి. Right?
Yes, madam. We need to inculcate this habit of thankfulness and also gratitude at the early young age itself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they should realize. Otherwise, they'll start complaining
Correct. They will still complain.
for small,
Don't get
small
me-
things.
No. They will still complain for
Yeah,
small
still
things.
complain it. At least some part of the life, they should also feel the gratitude.
No, they will. They will. When grandparents come every day, are you somebody who's able to appreciate, wish them a good morning? Are you somebody when you're stepping out of the house touching their feet? When elders come, do you do
Yeah.
namaskaram? Do you take ashirvadam?
Madam, one thing, in fact, I would like to share. When
Please.
my kid was almost 2 years old, in Telangana, we celebrate this Varamahalakshmi.
Yes.
At that time, the ladies will come and with the host will take blessings from the all other visitors.
Correct.
So that time, by seeing that, my kid also picked up. Later on, she started, "Daddy, mommy, please bless me. Please bless me." And she used to fall to our feet.
Amazing.
Now, even till today, she follows. Whenever she is in the good mood, whenever something we are praying, "Daddy, mommy, please bless me." That is how she does.
This is a blessing, Pa. This is a blessing.
Yes, ma'am.
It is a blessing for all the efforts you people put in. This is a blessing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. It takes. I feel so happy when I hear you. I can only imagine how happy you would be.
Yeah, madam.
మీరు చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు అమ్మ నాన్నకి. She is doing what she's watching.
Sorry, we were not doing. Actually, we stayed away from our parents.
Wherever
She
you
has
need to, you do, right?
inculcated by seeing the culture in our festival.
Correct. Very correct. So that means the children are observant. So that means if they are observing, that means they understand. All we need to show them is a path.
Yeah, as you rightly said in the beginning, they start seeing us and believing.
When you told, I remember a fact that happened. I am used to touching my parents' feet. This is not from now. From the very beginning, I'm used to touching my parents' feet. Even when I was going to school, I would do that and go. My children, when they were growing up, they saw this. I was super happy that they are doing. Okay, because what I'm doing, that's what my children were doing. I was like, oh, I'm a very good parent, very good parent. One day, like you said, your child went to bring milk. My child went to bring milk and touched his feet. He touched the milkman's feet, and that guy started panicking. He didn't understand what the hell is happening. And then I told him, she's learned now to touch feet, and so she's just checking your feet, that's all. Then he said, Amma, usko bolo nahi karne. I said, okay, I understand. So for me, it was very difficult to teach her ki, who should you touch feet and who should you not touch feet. You get the difference I'm saying? I would have been happy she touching the milkman's feet also, because he's somebody who's been coming to our house to give milk for a long time now. He's an old man. But it became such a joke after that. My mom, my dad, all of us started laughing that she's touching everybody's feet. She's touching everybody's feet and taking Ashirvadam. It was so funny. But yes, that's also a part of learning. So I just thought I should share this joke with you all. Thank you for reminding me of that incident. Good. Any thoughts others have? Anything that you would like to talk or share from your experience, please? We are almost at 11:50.
Madam, just one thing I would like to share, because
Yes.
saying sorry, initially we were discussing it. Saying sorry is fine, but how to ensure that in the process they should not feel offensive or offended just because they did something mistake or something, and we asked her to say sorry, but that should not kill the self expression of the kid. You got my point, madam?
I'm trying to understand in what context did you say?
in the context of suppose they did some mistake in the with their friends, or else suppose my kid I think few months back she bitten her friend's finger,
Okay.
and she's supposed to do it. When we came to know, they both of them are very good friends, very good friends, and our friend also got angry, and she did not even speak to her, and she also felt that she is not speaking to her, and later she was also sad. That side our friend also was sad. But when I came to know that she did not tell what happened, but through the teacher I came to know that yes, this is the incident happened at school. Due to that reason they both are sad. Then we taught her, no, you should not do, Amma, you should say sorry. And we told her, suppose if your friend bites your nail, how would you feel? Bites your finger, how would you feel? Do you feel did you not feel hurt? So same way, she also feel bad. So you should say sorry, like that. We made her realize that.
Correct.
But that I'm thinking that maybe how if they take it in the offensive way.
See,
That next.
sorry is a word that can be used for multiple incidents. One incident which you said, okay, this is non-compromisable. Today it's finger, tomorrow it could be a broken hand, it could be something else.
Yeah.
You can see where I'm coming from. So that's an acute incident. That has to come with a sorry, and that has to come with a very serious sorry. It cannot be a, it should be something that should be there in the child's mind, that physical harm cannot happen, should not happen, especially to friends.
Yeah.
When you are in danger, the same physical thing is what I'm expecting you to do. Nick, are you able to understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it is with friends and people that you love, even if you're angry, this kind of a behavior is not expected. But if it is a stranger who's misbehaving with you, I will personally tell you, bite the guy, chew the hand, beat the fellow. Meeku arthamavutunda? So it is important to let the child know in what situation this will work and what situation this will not work. So in the friends category, you are absolutely right, and you did it perfectly well. However, I would have appreciated if you'd have asked the child herself as to what she did. From,
Yeah. Thank you, madam. In fact, I got to know at least we told only one side of the coin. Yes, with friends and as a general notion, we told.
Correct.
Yes, there are situations she may have to bite when
correct.
our
And
safety
she
is at
should.
risk.
Correct.
So that we did not teach her. Actually, I got present to your this one.
No,
Thank you.
I'm glad you. అందుకే చెప్తున్నాను కదా, what is right, what is bad. ఇప్పుడు when I started the session, I told you what is correct behavior, what is wrong behavior. Now this same biting behavior with a friend is different. It's a bad behavior, correct?
With the stranger is
But
right.
with a stranger is
We
the
even
best.
encourage.
Correct.
We encourage.
Correct.
But because I told all that I told it is a bad.
Correct.
So I did not tell it is right, because
Now,
this is also for me it is learning.
Correct.
Thank you.
No, the
Thank you for
only
creating
reason
it.
I'm glad we discussed this also, because if you don't tell them the situation, if you don't tell them the coin has got two sides, for lifelong they'll say, Nana never taught me this. My dad always told me, don't shout at strangers. My Nana always told me, don't bite people. So maybe if I'm biting this guy, I should not, because Nana told me not to bite.
Yeah. I would have made a mistake, madam.
So next time, whenever you're having a general conversation, tell her it is also for your own safety that you need to do it. Whenever you feel threatened, don't even think a second thought.
Yeah. It has been almost 2 months old, but both of them become very good friends. But she's not showing up to that behavior again.
Which is
But still, I
beautiful.
would have educated her in different way. Other side of the coin, I would have told her. Thank you.
Incident where you saw something, and somebody did this, and I was appreciative about it. It has not got to happen to us. You can always say it was an incident. నేను చూసాను నాన్న, ఒక చిన్న పాప నీ ఏజ్ దే ఆడుకుంటూ ఉంటుంది, somebody came, and some stranger that was just came and was taking a toy away. She didn't know what to do. She started howling and crying, but nobody to help. So she went behind the guy. She held his hand and she bit his arm like this here. And I felt it was correct. Somebody taking your thing without asking you, without your permission, is not correct. And you have a right to do what you're supposed to do. And biting is not wrong. That's the first time nene ippudu నేర్చుకున్నాను na nene ippudu అర్థమైంది నాకు. So you can also put it as a story.
Yeah, thank you, madam. You created very beautifully.
No problem. No problem at all. How to teach child not to hit the sibling? Just because a child is hitting a sibling doesn't mean they don't love each other. Hitting a sibling for masti is different. Hitting a sibling with vengeance is different. Hitting a sibling on a playful mode is very different. So we need to understand on what basis is happening. Okay, if it is happening very regularly, both the kids are not able to gel well because the first child is very insecure of the second child, or there is too much of support for the second child, the first child is feeling left out, or since there is too much of support for the second child, the second child is getting extra confidence that amma appa are supporting me and not the brother, so I will go ahead and beat. There is a story behind everything. We need to understand where the story is coming from. When we are setting rules in the house, I remember personally, I used to not look anywhere. My hands would move crazily. My legs would move even more crazily. I can kick people of, 10 times more of my weight, and I would kick very, very hard. I was a sports child. I used to always be into playing. And I was I was very quick in my reflection, very, very quick, very swift. My father and mother started getting complaints that Ramya is very aggressive, Ramya is beating, Ramya is broken a guy's hand, and Ramya has beaten somebody. Ramya has done majorly all things that no child should ideally do. But the only good thing in the process happened was my parents used to ask me. And when they used to see my side of story, they would hear that kind of story. Remember, you heard the story from the teacher saying why your daughter beat the other child. But you didn't know what the instance triggered on your child's story. So my mother used to ask me what happened. And I would tell that they were acting very stupid in front of my sister. They were trying to bully her. They were trying to, my friend had a dog, and that dog was one of my favorite dogs because my mom would never allow dogs to be at home. So I used to love playing with that little fellow. And that they used to tie that, sursuri and bomb and all that onto the dog, and the dog used to run like mad. And I'm very possessive about that dog. So I used to say that anybody who's ill-treating, I can't handle. So I used to go beat them left, right, and center and come. So when I used to do this to somebody outside, I would sometimes do it to my sister also. In the frustration that why am I getting beaten up for you? Why is Amma coming and screaming at me? Why can't you bloody defend yourself? Why can't you take care of yourself? You're elder to me by 3 years. Why am I supposed to run for your rescue? Why is it that Amma is always coming and telling Ramya, you shouldn't be doing this. Ramya, you shouldn't be doing this. Why is it that you cannot take care of yourself? So, me kartamotunda, I used to fight with her so that I would, in my way of growing up, I used to think that I'm making her more stronger. You getting where I'm coming from? So, every fight has got a story to it. My fight with my sister was not to create an enemy. My whole contention of fighting with her was to make her more stronger. So that tomorrow when I am not around her, my sister can defend herself. Right? So are you able to relate now? So there is a story. There is a story which we need to understand when things are calmer, when things are more better, when the tide is subsided, when the water is more still. That is exactly when you should sit with both the siblings, but separately, and talk to them to understand kahan gadbad ho raha hai. Remember, I've also heard, and even many of the spiritual leaders have said, it is also a lot to do with the food you eat, the time in which the food you eat. So careful, observe all of it. Everything has a lot of. Sometimes having lack of water also triggers too many things, too many neurons, and they go all over the place and likewise and like forth. So there is a lot of reasons. So हमको पता लगाना क्या? Maybe they are teenagers that are trying to grow up. Maybe they are trying to set their territory. Maybe somebody is intruding into their territory. हमको पता लगाना है बाबा before we say stop fighting. Right? I hope I was able to make sense. We are exactly at 12. I had a great time talking to all of you and truly appreciate all the contributions that have come in today. I'm glad because it's getting better by every session. Thank you so much. So anybody who wants to share their experience of today, I would really love to listen before we close for the day today.
Thank you, madam, for the great insight that you have shared for the last 1 hour. Otherwise, I was seeing only one side of the coin. Today, at least, I got to present to myself, and I could also see other side. Whenever they do something wrong, it is not that there is no right or wrong. We have to explain the situation. Thank you. This is something which got present to me today. I learned. Thank you, madam. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Lovely
Thanks for your contribution. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day and life ahead. Happy parenting. God bless you all.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dimple ma'am.